Welcome along to your online exercise booklet number 1. For this workout, we're going to perform entirely in a seated position. I want to have a good strong chair with arms on each side. For this workout, I'll have a bottle of water at the ready, and for one of our movements, we will use a dowel or you can use a brush handle. Also, I will perform 1 or 2 movements at a table. So if we have a table nearby that we can use for one of the movements. Now, let's begin our workout. Before beginning the workout, just if you're feeling unwell, we'd ask not to participate. And if you experience any negative symptoms during the workout, feeling unwell, pain with any movement, just to stop with the exercises. We'll begin with our warm-up routine. This will help us reduce the risk of injury. It will open up the joints to improve our flexibility before beginning and just loosen everything out. You can perform this workout warm-up routine 2 or 3 times as desired. So let's begin with our first movement. Sit nice and tall, nice and upright in my chair. And we're going to work with head rotations to begin. I'll begin by gently rotating my head to the right and gently rotating my head to the left. I will perform this action 5 times in each direction. I want to keep the movement slow and controlled, avoiding rushing through the movement at any point. I will not push the positions too extreme. I just want to gently explore. Open to the right, opening to the left. Might just feel a gentle stretch on the neck. Perform twice more in each direction, opening up to the right and over to the left. Nice and slowly transitioning between the 2 positions. Once more, over to the right. And once more over to the left. And return to center. Next, I will work with the shoulders. We're going to perform shoulder rolls. I'm going to work backwards 5 times and forward 5 times. So again, remain nice and upright in the chair. I'm going to check in with the shoulders here. And I will begin lifting the shoulders up and rolling backwards. Nice big circles, rolling backwards, creating as much movement as I comfortably can. I'll go back 1 more time and pause. I will now change direction and begin guiding those shoulders forward in circles. And again, creating as much movement as I can. Nice controlled big circles. I'll go 1 more time and down. For the next movement, I will turn my chair to the side, but you can stay as you are. For this exercise, we want to connect with our core and our back, so I sit slightly forward in my chair, nice and tall. What I want to do is relax my position, so I will gently round my upper body. And now my lower back is in contact with the back of the chair. From this position, I want to sit up nice and tall, bringing my back away from the chair. So I'm nice and tall. Relax the position again, feeling the back of the chair. Again, I'll come up nice and tall, gently arching that position, feeling a little connection through the back and a little connection with the core. We'll try that 3 more times, feeling the back of the chair, coming up tall, nice and upright. We'll go twice more, relaxing that position, feeling the back of the chair, sitting up nice and tall, coming away from the back of the chair. Once more, relax the position, coming into contact, back of my chair, and then nice and upright, coming away from the back of the chair. I will now return to front position and moving into my next movement. I want to bring my two hands together, so to clasp those hands together, bring the arms forward a little bit, and what I want to do is rotate side to side through the arm, so I'll feel a little stretch through my back. I will move over to the right, holding for about 3 seconds, and then moving over to the left, 3 seconds. So we'll work 5 times in each direction, keeping those hands together. Work in a range that feels comfortable. I don't need to push anything too far that it would feel uncomfortable. And I'll just hold for about 3 seconds each position, feeling a nice stretch through the back. Over to the right again, over to the left, and we'll work once more in each position, moving over to the right and over to the left, stretching as far as comfortable, and back down. For my final warm-up movement, I want to check in with the toes on the affected side. So I'm going to work through the right here, and if you note my right foot, the action is to lift my toes up, and again we'll pause for about 3 seconds in the position. So I want to lift the toes of my right foot up, pointing towards the ceiling, hold, return back to the floor. Again, working with that right side, lift the toes up, hold up to 3 seconds, or as far as we can, back down. Again, lift the toes up, pointing to the ceiling, return to floor. Twice more, lift the toes, return, and one last time, pointing those toes up as high as we can, and return. That completes our warm-up. You can perform that 2 or 3 times as desired. We will now begin our main circuit of work. I will perform 5 repetitions for most movements, but you can change, adapt, performing as many as you like. You can perform this circuit routine up to 2 or 3 times as you feel appropriate, and if there's any movement that feels painful, discomfort, or unhappy with any of these movements, just to stop that exercise. So let's begin with our first movement. I will sit slightly forward in my chair. I'm nice and upright. Going to work on each leg. So I want to work with my right leg first. I will hold the side of my chair, and I just want to begin opening my right leg out to the side. I will guide the foot back in and open to the side. So I'm working through my hip 5 times as I open the leg out to the side. I will just gently bring that foot along the floor, opening out as far as I comfortably can. Slowly return back in, opening that right leg out to the side again. Return back in, and once more, opening that right leg out. And return. I will now work through my left leg. Again, I'm nice and upright. I don't want the rest of my body to move too much here. I just want to work through the leg. Open that left leg to the sides. Return back in. Again, I'm just gliding nicely along the floor, opening the leg to the sides, returning back in front. 3 more times. Opening to the sides, turning back in front, feeling a little connection around that hip, opening to the side, return back in front, and once more. And back in. Staying with my legs, we will now extend the leg. So again, just might like to sit back a little bit in that chair, comfortable, nice and upright. We'll work with the right leg first. 5 times, and then through our left. So what I want to do is extend my right leg out in front, hold up to 3 seconds, and return back to the floor. Staying with that same right leg, extend, hold up to 3 seconds, return to the floor. Nice smooth extension, eyes comfortable, getting a good connection with my leg. And I'll perform that twice more. Extend, pause, slowly back down, and once more through that right leg. I will now switch to my left leg, forming that same movement, extending the leg out in front, hold up to 3 seconds, return to the floor. If you find those 3 seconds difficult, just work as far as comfortable in terms of that hold. 3 more times, extend, pause, return to the floor. And twice more. And once more. Back down. Next, I'm going to lift each knee 5 times, so I'll work through my right, then through the left. I want to think again about just keeping that position nice and upright, holding the sides of my chair for support, and I want to keep this movement nice and light, so I'll begin. Right leg, I want to lift that knee up as high as comfortable, and then nice and soft return to the floor. So again, a big lift of that right knee, return to the floor. 3 more times through the right. Nice big lift, and really controlling that movement on the way down. Once more, and back down. I will now swap to my left leg, lifting the knee up, returning nice and soft to the floor, lifting up again, slowly returning to the floor. Again, I'm keeping this as light as I can, big lift, slowly down, twice more, big lift, slowly down, and once more, and back down. For my next movement, I want to work the back of my lower leg, and I'm just going to work on the affected side, so my right leg. Again, I set the position nice and tall, holding the chair for support if I like, and I want to elevate the heel of my right foot, so just ensure those feet are back a little bit close to your body in a good position to practice this movement. I will begin by lifting the heel of that right foot up off the floor and return. Lift the heel up. If I can pause for a couple of seconds at the top, up to 3 seconds, back down, elevate the heel again, return to the floor, twice more, big lift right up onto my toes, bringing that heel up off the floor, back down, once more, feeling a nice connection on the back of the lower leg here as I elevate the heel, and return. For our next movement, we will work the upper body. I will turn my chair to the side to give you the best view of this movement, but I would like you just to stay in your position. I want to sit nice and tall in the chair, placing my hands on my legs. The action will be to lean forward as far as comfortable without rounding my back. So I want to maintain a nice, straight, upright position through the movement. We will perform this 5 times. Let's begin. Gently lean forward as far as I'm comfortable. I have support from the hands, and then I'll gently pull back into the straightened position, feeling the back of my chair. I will gently lean forward again, keeping that position as straight as I can, and returning back to the center. Trying to avoid rounding that back, keeping yourself as straight as comfortable, looking straight in front and pulling back. I'm going to perform that twice more. Good control through that core, leaning forward and pulling back. And one more time, leaning forward, keeping that nice straight position and pulling back. If that movement felt okay, I am now going to show you a progression. If that movement felt very challenging, I would like you to perform that same one again. Showing you the progression now, I want to bring the arms or the hands free to my side, so there's no support, they're not resting on the legs, they're just relaxed by my side. Again, I'm in a nice upright position. I want to perform the same movement, but without my hand support. So again, I will gently lean forward as far as comfortable and gently pull back. So I'm leaning forward, keeping a nice straight upper body, avoiding bending or rounding that back, and ensuring I feel balanced and comfortable throughout the movement. Again, good connection, a little control through that core, leaning forward, pulling back, and once more, leaning forward and pulling back. For our next movement, we will work at a table. So I want you just to move over to a table if you have one nearby, and I will show you our next movements. Okay, for this movement, I want to work the shoulder on the affected side. So I have my table in front. I will place my right hand and move that arm onto the table. So you'll see from my elbow to the hand, the arm is resting on the table. This is a nice way to work that shoulder if we find raising the arm quite difficult. So sit comfortably. I might come a little bit forward in the chair, and I want to gently straighten that arm as far forward as I can in the table. So I'll just glide along that table as far as I can. I might feel a little stretch through the shoulder, and I will slowly return. If you find this motion difficult, it's not very smooth, you might like to place a cloth under your hand, and that should move a little bit more comfortably if this is difficult. 5 times, so let's go again. Gently glide that arm forward as far as comfortable. If you feel a little stretch any further might be uncomfortable, I won't push it any further. Slowly return, keeping that arm from the elbow onwards connected to the table. Again, gently straighten that arm forward, maybe getting a little bit further each time if that feels comfortable to do so. Return. I'm going to go twice more. Think about exploring the space slowly. We don't want to rush this movement going forward or coming back. Again, I'll gently explore that space as far forward as I can, and maybe a little bit further this time, and I stretch in that shoulder. And pull back slowly, and one more time exploring that space, gently bringing that arm forward as far comfortable as I can. Feel a little stretch, there's no pain, but I do feel a stretch. Hold for a couple of seconds and slowly return. Now, for our next movement at the table, we're going to work on our arm and movement from the elbow. So again, I want to use the table for support, and I want to work on the affected side. So I will work through my right side. I want to place the elbow onto the table and rest the rest of the arm nice and flat. Sit comfortable in that chair. I might come forward a little bit. I want to keep the hand in a nice open position, so it's not clenched. I want to open that hand as much as I can. I'm going to perform 5 repetitions. I want to curl that hand towards my shoulder as far as I can and return back to the table. Keeping that elbow in contact with the table. Bringing the hand up. Slowly return back down. You'll see I'm trying to keep that hand in a nice open position. Raising up. Back down, getting lots of movement from that elbow. Twice more. Bring the hand up and return. And one more time, bringing the hand up and return. That completes our work at the table, and I'll guide us into our next movement. For our next movement, I want to grab a dowel. So if any kind of a stick, a dowel, think very simply a brush handle will work perfectly for this exercise. The purpose of this movement is to get a little bit of movement through the shoulder on the affected side. So if my right side, my right shoulder is the affected side, what I want to do is grasp the dowel with the palm of my hand facing forward. I might sit a little bit forward in that chair, and I want to place my stronger left hand onto the side of the dowel. So that's going to give me a little bit of support through the movement. Now, so the palm of that right hand, the affected side, grasp the dowel or stick facing forward, stronger hand, grasp the side. From this position, I want the left hand to just gently press, and I open that right arm to the side as far as comfortable and slowly back down. Again, just gently moving out to the side. I'm not forcing anything beyond position of comfort, and back down. So if you felt any pain, it's uncomfortable, you're not going to push the position any further. Again, just gently pressing out to the right so that left hand is supporting, and return back down. If I can reach a height roughly in line with shoulders, but if you find you need to stop before that position, absolutely fine. 5 repetitions, so we'll perform once more. Opening to the right, gently pushing with that stronger left hand, hold, return back down. That completes our circuit routine. If you feel comfortable with the workout performed, you could go ahead and perform that routine 2 or 3 times as desired, and you can change the reps performed. So if you feel you could perform more in each movement, you can progress that up. We will now begin our cool down. So for these movements, we just want to take our time, just gradually return the body to rest, and again, this will help us reduce the risk of injury, particularly after a harder workout. So let's begin with our first movement. I want to sit nice and tall in my chair. I'm going to move through our head rotations. So 5 times in each direction. I want to gently begin by turning my head to the right, feel a stretch through that neck, and slowly moving over to the left. You'll notice I want to move slowly between the 2 positions, right and left. I don't want to rush. Slowly moving back to the right, gently guiding that head, looking towards the right. Moving back to the left, only moving as far as comfortable. I don't want to turn that head rapidly or force it into an extreme position where it feels uncomfortable. Slowly looking to the right, nice stretch through the neck, slowly over to the left. I'll perform twice more in each direction, moving slowly over to my right, and then slowly moving to the left, just resisting the urge to go too fast on this particular movement. Slowly moving over to the right again, and moving over to the left. I will then return my head to center. For our next movement, we will work our shoulders. So it'll be a shrug. I want to bring my shoulders up and down. Hands resting on the legs, nice and upright. And we'll begin 5 times. Gently lift those shoulders up towards the ears. And then pulling down. So I want to actively bring those shoulders down as well. I'll lift the shoulders up towards my ears, holding the position. And return, actively bringing those shoulders down. Lift the shoulders up towards the ears and pulling down. Twice more, actively lifting those shoulders up towards ears as high as I comfortably can, and then pulling down. So I'm not just resting, I'm just bringing those shoulders down as far as comfortable. One more time, lifting the shoulders up and returning back down. For the next movement, I want to keep those hands on my legs. Again, just keep the body nice and upright. And what I want us to do is move side to side in our seated position. So keeping that body as straight as we can, I want to gently tilt or lean my body to the right. I want to hold a couple of seconds here. I'll return to the center and gently lean to the left. You can hold the position for up to 5 seconds if that feels comfortable. Returning back to the center each and every time. I lean to the right. I might feel a little stretch on the side. Return to the middle and lean to the left. And again, maybe feeling a stretch on that opposite side. Return to the center every time just to reset, realign. Leaning over to the right as far as comfortable. My feet stay in contact with the floor. Return to center. Leaning over to the left. So I think in really good control through that upper body. Maybe gently exploring that space, moving over to the right, but always feeling comfortable, feeling balanced, feet firmly flat to the floor. Return to the center. Moving over to the left again. Trying to keep that position straight, not just folding to the side, keeping the position upright and just leaning. Return to center, once more in each position, leaning to the right. That nice controlled shift of weight over to the right. Return to center, and once more, leaning to the left, holding that position, just a slight shifting of my weight to the left. Return to center. For our next movements, we will work the back of our lower legs. And this will be a stretch in around the calf or around our ankle. We might feel a little bit of work here. So I will show this movement and I'm going to turn my chair to the side to give you the best view, but I'd like you just to stay as you are. Now I want to sit nice and upright. I can hold the sides of my chair if I like. Feet in front, and I want to work on the affected side, so my right leg. I want you to notice I'll gently bring that foot back, keeping my heel in contact with the floor and keeping my toes in contact. I might just gently tilt forward a little bit. If I feel a little stretch around the back of the leg, that's perfect. I'll hold for up to 5 seconds. And just gently return the upper body and gently bring the foot forward again. So I'll initiate that again, gently gliding that right foot back as far as I can, but keeping the foot flat to the floor. Gently leaning forward a little bit, holding position up to 5 seconds, and then reset, relaxing that upper body, bringing that foot back in front. Working that position again, gently glide that right foot backwards as far as I can, keeping that foot in contact, flat to the floor. I gently lean forward just for a little bit more, connection with that stretch, feeling around the back of the lower leg here, and reset. I will perform that movement twice more and gently exploring the space here as it feels comfortable. So again, we'll gently bring that right foot back as far as comfortable, gently leaning the body forward, feeling a little connection around the back of that lower leg. Think in and around the ankle position. Reset, relax the upper body, bring that foot in front. One more time, gently bring that foot back as far as comfortable. I'm still in contact with the floor. Upper body straight, and I gently lean forward. I hold position up to 5 seconds if that feels okay. And return, relax the upper body, bring the foot in front. My final stretch, I want to work the leg, and again I just want to work on the affected side here. For this movement, I might sit forward a little bit in the chair, and this might help me just to get a better connection with the movement. From this position, I want to straighten my right leg. So I am on the heel of my right foot with the toes pointed up. I can keep hands on legs, upper body straight, and I want to gently lean forward as far as I am comfortable, maintaining balance and comfort in the position, and maybe feeling a nice stretch through the back of that leg. Hold up to 5 seconds and return. Keeping the legs straight on the heel, toes pointed up, upper body straight, leaning forward again. So trying to lean forward without bending that upper body position, or without leaning too far that you feel uncomfortable or unbalanced in the position. Return. If you feel 5 seconds is difficult, just reduce the length of the stretch. Same setup, straight leg, heel down, toes up, upper body straight, gently lean forward. Getting that nice stretch through the back of my leg, holding for up to 5 seconds, and return. I'll reset twice more. Nice upright position, leaning my body forward, holding that stretch, and return. One last time. Maintaining that nice straight leg, my heel down, my toes up, upper body straight without bending, leaning that body forward one last time, holding that stretch, last couple of seconds, and return. Bring the foot back in. I will now turn my chair just to face forward again. That concludes our cool down. You can perform that routine 2 or 3 times just to ensure the body is fully relaxed after the workout. The workout can be performed 2-3 times as desired, and hopefully enjoy the workout.